Good evening, everybody. Hopefully, everybody had a great New Year's Eve. 2026 is here. I still can't believe it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. June, thank you for being here. It's crazy that the 2025 is now in the books. I really can't believe it. And I'm sitting back reading the comments, and I am sorry for not being late. I mean, the fact that some people couldn't understand that whole video was a joke because of, I guess maybe some people wouldn't realize that it was particularly a joke because they don't read the comments in the live streams. And it was mainly because of people continuously saying that if you're not doing 50 or 100% year over year, you're not good at investing. So I appreciate the fact that everybody is accepting my apology. I am sorry. Maybe there'll be more videos like that in the future. I don't know. Maybe I'll start a stand-up routine. We'll see. Amit is taking the day off. So I'm deciding to fill in. I apologize that all you have to bear with, stick it out with me instead of having a mid host, but I'm here. So before we get into it, do me a favor, read the disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I am not your financial advisor. Everything I say is my own opinion. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. And please always do your due diligence. Very important to do your own due diligence. Just because myself or someone else may be investing in something may not be right for you. Well, I'm still drinking coffee at 7:30 at night. That could be a problem. So, overnight markets open at 8 p.m. I want to go over a few things. I wasn't sure where I wanted to start, but I decided to do a little recap of the stock bracket from last night. And then I want to show everybody what ChatGPT came up with. So last night on the New Year's Eve stream, and thank you, Amit, thank you, Matt, and thank you, Chris, for coming. It was great. What we did, for those of you familiar with NCAA college basketball, every year March Madness takes the country by storm, and it is my favorite sporting event. So what I asked ChatGPT to do was create a NCAA style bracket with the 64 largest companies in the S&P. And then last night, to close out the stream, Amit, Matt, and myself went through each round and selected a winner based on the company that we thought would outperform in 2026. I should have asked the question before we started. I can tell you right now, I did not think it was going to be a showdown of the Mag 7 in the Final Four. And it was. And the way I'll bring up the way that everything was seated for those of you who did not see the stream last night. The results are pretty interesting. So, what ChatGPT was, it gave me full NCAA bracket. It's seeded 1 against 16, so NVIDIA against Bookings, Apple against AT&T, and the rules were majority rules. So 2 out of 3 had to agree for the company to move forward. And wouldn't you I mean, I'm still shocked that coming out of the East region, coming out of the West, coming out of the Midwest, and coming out of the South were all Mag 7 companies. The showdown was NVIDIA versus Amazon and Meta versus Microsoft. I'm still shocked that that was the Final Four. Now, ultimately, we selected NVIDIA as our champion. Here's the crazy part. So I pay for the bigger subscription, or not the bigger, but I pay for the paid subscription of Grok, Gemini and ChatGPT because I like asking them the same questions to see which one has the best research. It's just for me to stay on top of the whole AI trade and what's changing when the new models come out. I personally think they are each one of them is good for its own perspective thing. I think the research on ChatGPT is better than Gemini and Grok right now. And when you put this in, I'll show you exactly what I did. I uploaded the document and I put in, can you please fill out this stock bracket with your thoughts? I'm interested to see which companies end up in the final four and who the champion is. The premise is that we mimic the NCAA men's basketball tournament based on which company will have a better year in 2026. And it went through the rounds. And it gave me the winners in each one. Gave me the round of 32, Sweet 16, Elite 8, and the winner out of the region. It looked very similar to what we projected. And what's really funny is that their Final Four was the same exact Final Four as us. The champion was the same exact champion. So out of all these companies in a NCAA bracket, NVIDIA was the champion. Not just from us last night, but from ChatGPT also. I got to tell you, it was pretty wild, pretty interesting. And let's see what happens. If it was a new company, I said that whatever company it was, if I didn't own it, I would purchase some tomorrow. I already own a bunch of NVIDIAs, so maybe I'll just purchase just a little more, make good on my word. But it's interesting that when you think about all the great companies out there, ChatGPT thinks that NVIDIA is going to lead the way. So my first prediction, we have 13 minutes. Let's see. You know what, June? That's a good thing. I should refeed the list of LLMs and have each of them pick. You know what? We'll do it right now. How about that? Give me a sec. Let me use Gemini. Let me copy this. Let's see if we'll start with Gemini. Let's see if Gemini comes up with something different. Upload file. All right, so I am going to share. We'll watch it, do it together. So here we go. Same exact prompt, same file. Let's see what Gemini does. Raven, what's going on? Rambler, what's going on? Hopefully everyone who watched the stream enjoyed it. Honeybee, I talked to Amit today. He did not have a hangover. He didn't. I was texting him last night to drink water. He didn't even drink water before he went to bed. He did not have a hangover. So very interesting. Must be nice to be young. Must be nice. This is okay. Gemini is just trolling us right now. This is a fantastic mental exercise to fill out this bracket for 2026. Jesus. All right. All right. So it's Final Four. NVIDIA, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft says the same thing. All right. But who's the winner? All right. The championship game, Amazon. Ooh. So Gemini had the same Final Four, but the championship game is different. and Microsoft is the winner. That's interesting. And Gemini gave us percentages. It thinks Microsoft will return 24%, whereas Amazon returns 21%. That's interesting. I'm actually glad, Raven, that Gemini did not pick Google. That would have been a little biased. So I'm glad at that. Amit went pretty hard on the Jaeger, and he faked everybody out last night. I seriously thought that he won a Porsche. I was not on X last night, so I did not know that that screenshot was going around. I believed him and thought he won a Porsche. Amit is not doing a futures stream tonight. That's why I am on. He is taking the day off, so we will be looking at the futures at 8 o'clock. What's going on, Spencer? I did not ask if he went to the gym, but he did not have a hangover. I can tell you that much. So, one of my themes for 2026 is that the mega caps will continue to get bigger and lead the market forward. It's interesting that Matt, Amit, and I blindly picked a Mag 7 Final Four, and then ChatGPT and Gemini both did the same thing, with ChatGPT having the same exact Final Four and championship game and winner, and Gemini having it a bit different, but the same Final Four. I think that right now it's hard to go against companies that have 100 billion plus of cash from operations, companies that have balance sheets with 50 to 100 billion in cash on them, and companies that are just continuously growing year over year. So that I'm still sticking by that. I do believe that we are likely to see a downturn at some point, 10 to 15%. I'm not sure that there's anything on the horizon where I would think a bear market is going to come into play next year unless unemployment continues to steepen. Based on the Fed's economic projections, that is unlikely to happen. That could always change. If the macro setup continues this way, I would not be surprised if we get everything rally throughout the second half of next year. I think the first half can be choppy. The other dark horse is midterms. There's a lot that can happen with that. I'm just not really seeing a bear market at this point. So we'll see. But 8,000 S&P is my target. If it doesn't hit, I will make it another apology video. Oh, Hawk, thank you very much for liking the apology video. Glad you liked it. I actually had fun doing it. It was pretty interesting. But once again, I think we need to normalize the fact that 50% year-over-year gains and 100% year-over-year gains is not realistic. I don't like the fact that it's normalized. I actually don't like the fact that there's so much leverage in the market. And I think getting a 15% gain in a year is great. Maybe I'm old. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. But 15% is nothing to sneeze at, everyone. You can't hit a home run every game. Not even Aaron Judge hits a home run every game. Sometimes you guys got to be happy to get on base and get a single. Ray, thank you very much for being here. Glad you enjoyed it. I saw your comment in there. So here's some of my predictions for next year. I think we do get a soft landing because I'm really not seeing a recession. Everything in the economic projections showed GDP is going to come in 2.3% for 2026. and continue to be positive 2027, 2028. Based on where GDP came in Q3, 4.3%, looks like it's heating up. I'm very interested to see where GDP comes in for Q4, and we'll see what happens. If GDP can accelerate or stay at this level in an environment where the Fed is cutting rates. Now, I don't think we're going to get a rate cut in January. I also think we'd be, let's say, I think we'd be naive if we think the Fed is really going to move in the first quarter. I'm very surprised how dovish Powell sounded at the FOMC meeting. We are likely to see who the new Fed chair will be in January. If we do, maybe that has some bearing on it, maybe it doesn't. I think that we're going to be at these rates until May, and I think we could see the first rate cut of the year at the May or the June meeting. Now, I'm a little bit ahead of CME Group. I think we get 3 rate cuts this year and 2 to 3 rate cuts next year. I think that a new Fed chair is going to make the doves even more dovish, and I think it'll help turn the tide when we go into voting season. So, lower rates. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I do all this for you guys. Thank you, Royce, very much. So, lower rate environment, we get 2 to 3 rate cuts. CME Group is saying 2 is the most likely scenario. I think we get 3, but if we get 75 bips off of the rate, that's going to open up the economy even further, should unlock the housing market, should allow small and medium-sized businesses to borrow in a less restrictive environment at better rates, and it should allow a lot of large caps to refinance debt or issue new debt at lower rates and pay back higher yielding debt, which would expand margins. So that would be very bullish for the market. I think inflation will continue to cool. Trueflation, when I looked, was 2.14%. I think that inflation will finish the year around 2.3, 2.4%. But that's predicated on oil staying in a range of 55 to 65. If oil goes back up to 75 to 85, inflation is likely to get to 3% again or higher. And I do think that structurally the market will become more choppy. So oil is a critical factor to continue to look at. If the macroeconomic backdrop stays the way it is, the big theme that I think is that earnings growth continues to expand. Right now, they're projecting 15% earnings growth for the S&P. If we get the stars to align, it could be more than that. But even at 15%, that would be the 3rd year in double-digit realm. And as I was saying last night, this is a much different stock market than the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. Whenever we take a snapshot of a period in time and we go back so far, those other markets are not applicable to today's situation. Those companies weren't generating these types of revenues. They weren't generating these types of profitability. They didn't have this type of cash flow. They didn't have this type of cash on hand. They also didn't have this type of growth. And we are in a technological revolution. Technology stocks did not start monopolizing the market until, 10 years ago? You can say during the late 90s, they monopolized it. But after the dot-com bubble, the largest companies for some time were still Exxon and some other conglomerates, I believe. So we're in a much different era. And I don't know any companies. When you think about moats, Which company is going to be able to dethrone Microsoft or compete with Microsoft? Same with Alphabet, same with Meta. These companies are not monopolies, but they are also so hard to compete against because business is ingrained to them. Could you imagine being a small business selling a product and not utilizing Amazon as an e-commerce platform or advertising through Instagram or Google search? I mean, it's actually not really realistic at this point. The only companies that really can compete with these conglomerates are the ones that are already established. I mean, Walmart is definitely making strides with their e-commerce platform, without a question. But it's going to be very hard for a new company to compete with these. These are just behemoths. And we're seeing it in tech with acquisitions. I do think that this is going to be a story where the big get bigger, and I am very excited to see 2026 unfold. So I got some other predictions besides S&P 8,000, which I will apologize for if it doesn't hit, just like I apologize for 7,000 not hitting. I think that rates need to get to under 3% because money markets psychologically at 3%, I could see people still keeping money on the sidelines for some strange reason. But it may not happen in the second half of this year, but in the first half of by the middle of 2027, I think at least $1 trillion comes off the sidelines from money markets into the capital markets to recreate the yield that they are used to getting. I do think there are some defensive plays that can be interesting. I do think people are going to go value hunting because I think there's going to be a bunch of value companies next year that are able to expand their margins. And I think old world companies may start to look interesting again, and there'll be a play on value. And that feeds into my everything rally idea. My dark horse, and I've said it before, guys. All right, I'm going to address this, but I feel like I address this once a week at this point. I do not use product in my hair. This is, you guys crack me up. This is sometimes why I turn the chat off or put the chat to the side so I don't lose my train of thought. I have to remember dark horses because I'm going to let everybody in on that. But I really don't use anything in my hair. I've been combing my hair like this my whole life. I get out of the shower and it just dries like this. There is no product in my hair, like nothing, no product. So it just dries like that. I don't know what to tell you. It just dries like that. And I'll do it again. There's no product in my hair, guys. None. Just dries like that. So I guess when you comb your hair a certain way for so long, it just kind of stays like that. So I don't know. But no product. It's got to be the milk, everyone. Milk does your hair good. What can I say? So my dark horse for next year is actually on JP Morgan's top pick list. So I want to go through this with everybody. And the futures are opening in 6 minutes. I don't have a bell like Amit. I don't know what I could use as a bell, but maybe I'll have to order one. If anybody's interested in this, I'm putting it in the comment section right here. You can go to Seeking Alpha. You can get the list for JP Morgan's top stocks. They did in alphabetical order. They put price targets also, which is nice of them. What I am very interested in here, Broadcom at 475. I agree. I think Broadcom was too expensive heading into earnings. I think the fall was justified. And I think the fall made an opportunity for next year after a couple of additional earnings reports. They have so much forward growth in earnings that it now looks interesting from an earnings perspective. I still think on a profitability level, on an overall number, the valuation's still kind of out of whack. But I do think after a couple more quarters, it can grow into a 475 target. That's something I am really looking at. Citigroup at 124, that's a no shit, okay? And that doesn't make any sense. I mean, nobody was listening to me when I was saying Citigroup at 40 and went on record calling it my best value play when it was at 39. Nobody wanted to listen then. I mean, it had a tangible book value at the time of like 86 or something like that, and a book value of 92, and it was trading around 40. So I think the Citigroup trade is pretty much done with. I don't know how much more there's left to squeeze out of that one. Great company. I think it'll still go higher, but the easy money's made on it. The one that I am super interested in is none other than Salesforce, everyone. Salesforce, JP Morgan's overweight. They're saying 365. I have no idea what the price is going to be. Okay. Let me say that again. I have no idea what the price is going to be. But when you look at the profitability of Salesforce and you look at the forward growth, it is trading at a valuation that is inexpensive, in my opinion. And I think that they can change the narrative if Benioff just stays out of his own way. The reality is that Agentforce and Data 360 are doing very well for new products that are launched in their ecosystem. The narrative with Salesforce is that everybody hates the product. In my chat, in the streams, when I go on a Mitch channel and talk about it, the chat in his streams, all I see is Salesforce hate. But I don't see Salesforce losing customers. And I would rather look at the financials, and I would rather look at what they're reporting and what the profitability is than people's opinions that are not in a position to get rid of the product at the company they work for. So everybody's going to like and dislike software. I mean, there's software that I don't like that we use. So software I do like that we use. I'm going to look at the revenue. The revenue has grown year over year, every year. They are now a 40 billion revenue company. They have fantastic margins. I think they're doing just over 12 billion in free cash flow, and they're trading at a multiple that is so low. And when you look at the forward growth, I think it is a catch-up AI play, and I do believe that Benioff can change the narrative, and we may see within, I don't know, 6 months or so, that Salesforce becomes a company that talking heads start talking about a catch-up AI trade with. So we'll see. I would love if Benioff stays off CNBC 100%. They're buying back a ton of shares, large free cash. I mean, let's just bring it up. We're on Seeking Alpha. Let's bring it up. CRM. All right, 248 billion market cap. We'll get to the futures in a couple minutes. It's 2 minutes out. Once I'm done Salesforce, we'll go right into the futures and see where everything's moving. So 248 market cap. Remember that number. I mean, look at this. The revenue has increased every year, year over year. They're doing 31 billion gross profit. I mean, was that around 70%? Margin right there. Operating income 8.8 billion. EBITDA 11.8 billion. Now, on a $250 billion company, you have them doing 7.2 billion net income, but more importantly, their free cash flow is almost $13 billion. They're trading at less than 20 times free cash flow, which in my opinion is value. And then you look at the debt, they're repaying debt without issuing debt. They're buying back in the trailing 12, $8.9 billion worth of shares. And they're paying out 1.6 billion in dividends. Their buybacks are more than a lot of companies' annualized revenue. So it's hard to get bearish on a company that's doing almost 9 billion in buybacks, 1.5 billion in dividend payments, trading at less than 20 times free cash flow. And on an earnings perspective, they're projected to grow their EPS by double digits over the next 2 years. You go to revenue, 11% growth this year, and then 10% the following year. So sure, Salesforce isn't a 30, 40, 50% growth company, but they're a $40 billion company. So it's a lot harder to grow, nor should they grow at that type of percentage as a company that's doing 3 or 4 billion in revenue. It's just not realistic. So there we go. This is my dark horse for tech. All right, let me bring up Webull. Let's see where we are in the overnight. It's 8:01. It is open. Let's see where we are. S&P futures. So it's weird. I have it on Seeking Alpha, but I don't have it on Webull. We'll go back to Seeking Alpha. So 8:01 p.m., 1/1/26. S&P up 22.95. See what the NASDAQ is. NASDAQ up 103, 102. Tomorrow may be a good day, ladies and gentlemen. Silver's up also. Jesus Christ. Oh, boy. Yeah, iShares Silver Trust is up 1%. You're right. Forgot my phone was on ring. Apologize, everybody. Another thing I'm sorry for, my phone. I apologize. Apologize. All right, let's see. All right, we're starting to get some movement on Webull. We'll switch over. All right. Webull. Webull. All righty. Why is this not bigger for everybody? Broadcom up 0.26%. BMNR up 0.18%. I know everybody's pissed at BMNR. Interestingly enough, Ethereum is moving. Ethereum is up 31.64. It's up 1%. Maybe BMNR starts moving later. Hood up in the night session, 0.22%. Meta up just a little. Microsoft basically flat. Our champion, NVIDIA, up 0.38%. Palantir, chat favorite, up 0.53%. QXO not moving yet. I will discuss QXO in a bit. I had a drawdown on what day was it? Wednesday. SoFi up 0.46%. Very bullish on SoFi here. I was 1 foot out the door. I'm back in. Never sold. Was getting very pissed at SoFi. I'm back. Full on bull. Price target well ahead of some of the other people that cover SoFi. SPY 0.24% right now. We are up. Okay, what's the story with Zeta? So many people in the chat love Zeta. I need a poll. Bear with me. We're going to do a poll right now in the chat. Let me go to YouTube because I can't do it from StreamYard. I want to know how many people are. I'm not going to ask if you own it. I want to know if you're interested in Zeta because it just seems like everybody loves this freaking company. Let's get the poll out. Start the poll. Are you interested in Zeta? Is this something that I need to? I mean, I looked at it once and I don't think I liked it. Let's see if everybody can change my mind. Maybe I'll do another live DD on it. And I want to do another poll also after this. Should the beard go? Should the beard go? 161 votes already. Jesus. Love that. All right. While you guys are filling this out, let's I forgot how to freaking use this damn thing. Zeta is up 1.47% right now. All right, all right, so it's half. I'm actually not gonna end it 230 votes. It's 51-49. This is the closest poll I've ever ran. We'll leave it open for like another 30 seconds. I don't even know what Rubrik is. I know Amit likes Zeta. I know. All right, we're gonna end the poll out. 52% yes, 48% no. Interesting. I am going to do a dive into it. Jen New Jazz, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Daniel, thank you very much. MU says in 2 years, 33 billion. Yeah, I am on that train. Their high bandwidth memory is no joke. It's one of the reasons I took Micron in my stock draft, even though I took some duds that I hope turn around the second half. I am not doing as good as some others. Micron's a great company. PB, thank you very much. Zeta is headquartered in New York, New York, your neck of the woods. What the hell do they do? Is it Zeta Global? Oh, is this the marketing company? Introducing Zeta Plus. Is this it? Marketing. That's right. Okay, we did look at this. I'll look at it again. I'm not going to do it tonight. If it was like 90% yes, I would do it tonight for a little bit, but I will do my own research and get back to everybody. Chels, what's going on? Thank you for being here. All right, that's interesting. Zeta CEO promises 10x growth of their clients who, okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I'll look into it again. It's not something when I looked at the numbers that I was impressed with, but I'm also not the biggest growth person. So I don't know. I probably am looking at it a bit backwards because of wherever the numbers fell. All right. Things are staying roughly the same. SPY 0.27% up. SoFi 0.5% up. It's very interesting, SoFi. Ooh, we just popped a little bit, 0.57%. I like it. QXO moving after hour, or not after hours, what is this even considered? Just nighttime session? QXO 3.68% after a drawdown on Wednesday. I have no idea why it sold off. My speculation is just people were booking some gains on it heading into the new year. There was no news. And I do think the QXO is a very interesting play for some point in 2026, 2027. I do think the overnight markets will turn around. I'm not the overnight markets, Jesus Christ. The housing market will turn around as rates lower. And as rates come down, I think we're going to see more people refinance, more people take out loans to do project around the house, or people just do projects around the house. And I think we see a lot of construction projects, which would be great for QXO. I think that they will move into electrical and plumbing as well as construction projects for their materials. And they'll be an all-out supplier of everything, which would be very interesting for them. I think Brad Jacobs is going to scale this into the type of company that United Rentals, United Waste, and XPO became. So we'll see. I mean, right now the housing market has not been great, but in a lower rate environment, I do believe that we will see a lot of activity with construction projects. So it'll be very interesting. Be very interesting. There was no news, so I can't tell you why the hell it fell. My best guess is people book profits. That's my best guess. I am still waiting for the next acquisition that they do, so we'll see what happens. Nvidia, the champion, 0.56% up. Microsoft, 0.16% up. When I think about the final four on the sheets, Ethereum still up a little bit, 1%. BM&R not really moving compared to Ethereum. We'll see. Broadcom up 0.5%. AMD up 0.5%. Very interesting. See what happens. When I think about the final four, I don't know how I would go wrong with Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, or NVIDIA. I mean, I'm a shareholder of all four. And with the LLMs coming up with the same answer that we came up with would be pretty interesting. I want to try to figure out, I mean, it would take so long, but if we did this again with everybody in the chat and we just ran a poll and did it, I'm wondering if we would have the same exact experience. All right, that would probably, in all seriousness, with me typing everything out, it would probably take us a good 20 or 30 minutes. Maybe we'll just make that a dedicated episode and we won't hijack this one. Let's see. I want to see if everybody is actually interested in doing that. Would you be interested in voting on the stock NCAA brackets round by round? All right, let's see. I don't know if this would be interesting to, wow, that shot up pretty quick. Okay, it's coming back. All right, we'll leave this poll up. Please vote on it. Though maybe it'll give me an idea for another video to do with everybody, or doing it tonight, maybe. Who knows? But that'll be interesting. Oh yeah, beard poll. You're right. I will do the beard poll also. It is getting annoying. I will say that. Yes, you did see it. Microphone on the desk. Got annoyed because it's in front of my freaking keyboard. I have not gotten around to getting a boom arm yet for the desk. I actually want to get a different desk and just do everything at once. So have not done it yet. I will at some point. All right, so we got 172 votes. Or 179 votes, 59-41. I will do a dedicated live stream this week. No, shit. I feel like I keep thinking today's Monday. Next week, I will do a dedicated live stream. Maybe we'll do it on Tuesday night, and we will fill it out together. I'll put a poll up for each matchup, and we'll go round by round, and let's see what the community thinks wins out. I think that's the best thing that we'll do. Let me figure out a night to do it next week. It'll probably take us 30 or 40 minutes, and we will do it together as a group. And majority wins. I would actually like to do that, and if everybody who's interested can come, I would love to do that with everybody, because we only had 3 people last night. So Amit, Matt, and I are usually aligned on a lot of things. Matt has some different opinions for next year, which is why it made it even more interesting. But if we can get 500 or 700 people to do this together, that's such a good subset of people to vote on this where it would make it really, really interesting. So next week, we are going to do this. And I'll see if I can get some other people to join, have some fun with it. All right. Next poll, should I keep the beard? Yes or no? It is so freaking gray. Oh my God. Beard is freaking gray. Oh, Paz, thank you very much. You open packs with nostalgia. Yeah, listen, Alex is the best. Alex is the freaking best. 50-50 on the beer. Oh, here we go. It just went no. It just went no. Milkman with gray beard, no bueno. I know. Trust me, I know. If my hair was longer, my hair would be freaking so much grayer than it is. Interesting. Very even on this. Very interesting. You would be, if I grow the beard out, I'll be like Santa. Who knows? I may be Santa with the amount of cookies that I eat and milk I drink. So, I mean, you know. Let's go. But I'm not, no, Iris, not tonight. We'll, oh, listen, the wife wants me to get rid of it. She wanted me to shave today. I didn't do it. All right, we're gonna end we hit 250. We're gonna end the poll. Very close. Another very close poll, but looks like everybody majority rules. It looks like I'm shaving. So at some point this weekend, I will chop it off. No Santa. Are we really gonna rain? Are we gonna blame the rally, the lack of a Santa rally on the beard? Really? You guys are gonna do me dirty like that? Once again, I'll apologize. I'm sorry for not shaving. I'm sorry. Maybe it is that. Maybe because I didn't shave, Santa did not bring us a rally. I apologize, everyone. Apologize. So I guess beard's coming off for Saturday night stream. Probably won't be chopped off tomorrow, but Saturday night it'll be taken care of. All right, let's see where the futures are again. All right. AMD and Broadcom still up 0.5% each. BM&R not moving. Ethereum up 1%, 3,000 even. Hood starting to make a little bit of a move, up 0.32%. Meta 0.22%. Microsoft 0.14%. NVIDIA 0.55%. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Oracle down. I think Oracle's just going to be flat this year. Call me crazy, but that's what I'm envisioning. Palantir, 0.64% up. The Qs, up 1/3%. QXO, up almost 4%. SoFi, up 0.5%. SPY, up 0.29%. And Zeta Global, 2%. A lot of people like Zeta. We're going to do some due diligence on it. I'm telling you, Amit does not have a headache. He's just taking off. I talked to him. He was not hungover. Okay, he was not hungover, guys. The chart may not be showing the overnight. Why isn't it? But when I'm reading it on the left, it is. And on the top right, it is. Is there a view thing on here? Hold on. I'm looking to see. Oh, here we go. Did I not have it freaking clicked? Hold on. All right, here we go. Thank you, everyone. Now I have. I guess there was something on the night I had to freaking check. So Hood 0.11, Meta 0.23, Microsoft falling off just a little 0.13, Nvidia climbing a little bit more 0.61% up, now 0.59% up. Palantir climbing 0.64%. Q's 0.32%. QXO is still flatlining at 3.68%. SoFi a little choppy, but it's gaining a little bit, 0.53%. SPY up 0.29%. Zeta dropping just a little bit, 1.72% up. Use Legend, it's much cleaner. Can I tell you something? I don't even know my password to Robinhood. I wouldn't even be able to get up on the screen. I have it on facial recognition on my phone. Santa put coal in our stockings. Listen, that's not good. Santa should put cookies in your stockings, not coal. I mean, come on. I got to tell you, I am shocked silver is doing what it's doing. I don't know how long this lasts. There's so much silver sitting on the freaking sidelines. See what happens. Thoughts on SoFi upcoming earnings? I think Noto is going to freaking blow it out. Blow it out. Big fan of SoFi right here. I think they have a lot of potential. I think they got a lot of catalysts. And I'm very interested to see. Silver will be 20 in 6 months. Jesus. Holy cow. If that happens, forget about it. That would be crazy if that happens. Absolutely crazy. The beard scared Santa away. I mean, it may have. Oh, you know, we should look at Nebius. You're right. I don't have Nebius on here. I'm a Nebius shareholder. It needs to be on here. NBIS. Little Nebius action. Ooh, Nebius is up 1.06%, everyone. Look at that. Little Nebius. Little Nebius for everyone. Oh, yeah, TSM. That's another good one to watch. God, how did we not get that? Out of everybody every stock that we talk about, we barely talk about Taiwan Semi. That was one of the easiest freaking plays that none of the people that I talked to ever really talked about. We were so hyper focused on Nvidia or hyper focused on Microsoft or Amazon. Of course, Taiwan Semiconductors guy do good, right? I mean, with all the backlog from Broadcom, AMD, and Nvidia, Taiwan Semi is just, man. I need to do a full report on them. Full report. I owe it to the community to look at that. I owe it to the community. I will do that. Okay. Venture Global. Let's look at it. Good old VG. Up 1.32%. Venture Global. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but I'm in it with everyone. I like it. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Yeah, June, I agree. Maybe Santa's just late this year. Maybe Rudolph got a cold. Maybe he got stuck eating cookies next door. Maybe. Maybe the Santa rally's like a week or two late. Maybe. We'll see. Wade, I'm with you. I like Broadcom here. I'm looking at it too. Like I know that Santa Rally kind of came. I'm just looking for that 7,000. I selfishly want vindication because I said S&P's 500 7,000. If a Mick can be late, so can Santa. Mick took the day off. He took the day off. We can't really say he's late. Christmas in July? Who knows? Maybe. Maybe. All right, SPY. Everything's still up right now. Everything is still up. Palantir's moving a little bit, 0.75%. Meta up 0.2. Robinhood up 0.37. AMD up 0.43%. Invest Edgar. Yes, you are correct. I'm sorry. It is not a mid. It is medium rare. He is known as medium rare. Jimmy, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Look, I salute you. 35% is hard to get. Great job. Great job. So here we go. Raven, that's an interesting. What just happened? Am I still good? Is everybody still here? Something just happened on the internet. I don't know what the hell just happened. Let me okay, well, you guys are still here. Okay, great. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but all right, let me get back to this question from Raven. It's a good question. Steve, is it safe to say your portfolio has been increasing in beta lately? BMNR, Ethereum, Nebius, VG, QXO. So I don't think, I guess technically the way I would look at it is I have allocated more capital to some beta in the past 6 months than I traditionally have, but it is such a low percentage of my portfolio that I don't think that my overall portfolio has really increased that much in beta. If that makes sense. These names are a very low percentage. And I'm not sure that I would put QXO in a beta basket at this point. We'll see. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, Amit was a little, took him a couple of times, but he is full blown medium rare now. Full blown medium rare. All right, futures. NVIDIA 0.58%. The Q's 0.32%. The SPY 0.29%. He's all grown up. Yeah, I mean, medium rare, only way to go. Only way to go. When's Amazon gonna do Google? What do you mean by that? Raven, if we hit S&P 7K next week, I will come out with a new apology video saying I am sorry I don't have a crystal ball. If that happens, new apology video coming out. Oh, you know what? I want to know this, everybody. Please answer this truthfully. All right. Please answer this truthfully. Did you find the sorry video funny? Yes or no? I think everybody who watches the channel and has seen me on the Mitch channel knows that that whole video was sarcastic. The apology tour. I have a bunch of shirts I should make. Maybe I will freaking make an apology tour t-shirt. That would be freaking hilarious. The apology tour. Kane, thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. Thanks for all you do. Thoughts on the equal weight S&P 500 RSP, for example, versus SPY? Seems like you limit your upside with equal weight. So let's get into that. I think that's a phenomenal question. So let's get, because I don't know how to do charting on Webull. We'll bring it back to Seeking Alpha real quick. What is RSP? Let me get this up and I will give you my thoughts on this. So RSP, good year, up 9.32%, but not a great year. Didn't match the market. Now, the holdings, I mean, did I put the right thing in? Equal weight, okay. I mean, here's the first problem. If you're going to have any companies in 0.23%, it better be freaking NVIDIA and Microsoft or NVIDIA and Amazon. The fact that it's Carnival Cruise and Norwegian Cruise, I don't like that. I would be interested to see. I want to go to their website in a few minutes and see. You know what? I have Excel open. I can just backdoor my way into it. 508 positions, 0.22 each. So there is a scale down. It's got to scale down on a percentage basis to like 0.2 or 0.19, because if everything was at these levels throughout the whole portfolio, it would be 111.76%. So I don't like that we don't have any of the Mag 7 in the top 10. That's the first thing. Second thing, expense ratio 0.2%. That is high compared to index funds. Now, you are getting a bit more of a dividend yield, so I can forgive the expense ratio based on the dividend, but the dividend yield is not vastly superior. So when we go to the advanced chart and look at SPY versus RSP, I mean, just on the 1 year, 17.7%, and this is giving you with the dividend yield also reinvested throughout the year. This is giving you the total return. There's a big gap there, 6.5%. And then you go to 5 years. I mean, you're just leaving too much on the table. And it didn't even protect you enough. So here's the problem. And I'm not saying it's bad. Here's oh, it didn't update. Okay. Hold on. So here's where I get annoyed with something like this. The idea is for it to be risk mitigating, but it's not really risk mitigating, because look at it. It did the same thing as the market. It just didn't fall as much, but there's not enough separation in the downturn to go into RSP for me when you're in a good market. Look at the separation in the second half of this chart. To me, it doesn't make sense, but that's just me. I mean, I don't mind having that big of exposure to the Mag 7. Some people don't like it. I don't fear it because I think the Mag 7 are going to do well. So we'll see. It's not a bad fund, but I mean, I'm looking at things 10, 15, 20 years out, and the money that I have in the S&P is for long term, is a hedge against myself, and knowing that there is no way that I can accurately project anything, even what's going to happen tomorrow. Okay, let's be honest. Trump can come out with a tweet and change the trajectory of everything tomorrow. Nobody can freaking predict this stuff. But allowing yourself, if you were in RSP for a 10-year period, I mean, I think that would be interesting too. And I can't go back past 5 years accurately. So let's do this. Let me go SPY and bring it back up on the chart. All right. So SPY over 10 years, you got 255%, whereas RSP, you got 166%. I mean, you're just not exposed to the greatest companies as they're growing. So you didn't get all the growth from NVIDIA for growing into a $5 trillion company. So it would be hard for me to really like this for myself. I can't. I don't know. I think if I was at a different point in my life, I would consider it, but having decades until I can retire, and when I say retire, I mean eligible. Hold on one sec. I got to take this. False alarm. I thought something was wrong. As my parents thought something was wrong. So all good. Anyway, if I was at a different point in my life, I think I would consider RSP. But the fact that I'm still looking out down the road for a lot more compounding, I'm sticking with S&P. So that's where I am with that. Was that the red phone? No, I do not have a red phone. Do not have a red phone, but if the parents call, gotta pick up, make sure everything's okay. Did NVIDIA touch 200? What are you guys talking about? NVIDIA did not touch 200. If it did, that would be crazy, but no, it's not. Overnight markets are green. Def Leopard red iPhone, that would be crazy talk. I actually don't know the answer to that question about percentage of income. I'd have to look at it. I'm actually talking with Tanner right now. Freaking Tanner. Crazy. He's a crazy man, everyone. Crazy man. Crazy man. Ethereum, where is Ethereum? Ethereum, that's no bueno, everyone. Let's bring it back up on the screen. Ethereum dropping a little bit. Just under 3,000. Just under 3,000. Hood, look at that. I know a lot of people in here are Hood people. Hood's up almost 1% now, overnight market. I like that part of the S&P. I'll take it. NVIDIA. Get it going. Let's go, NVIDIA. Love it. Don't like this. QQQ just dropped off. Probably a lot of low volume on that. The Q's 0.4. Like that. SPY 0.33%. Like it. Venture Global pumping a little bit, 1.32%. And SoFi over 1% right now. Over 1%. I like that. Please switch to candlesticks. If I knew how I would. I don't use this ever. I don't use Webull. I only downloaded it because of the overnight market thing. Is that better, everyone? Is that what you mean by using the candlesticks instead? I don't know if we are ripping packs or not later. I got no idea. I have no idea. NVIDIA, 0.64. Oracle's even. Palantir up almost 1%. Qs are going up a little bit. Like it. Greatest show on earth, the stock market. Gotta love it. Broadcom is on my watch list. It is not on the shopping list, but I could become a shareholder this quarter. We'll see. Few things I want to buy. Stadium Arcadia. Oh boy. Oh boy. We have a treat for everybody. We have got a special treat for everybody. He is here. Tanner.
What's up, guys? Dude, I am stuffed.
Medium rare?
Medium rare.
Love it.
Yeah. A little surf and turf. Steak and lobster.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good way to start the year. I like it.
Yeah. Started off the year with a lot of butter. It was good. But I'm full now. I said that I would come on stream, but honestly, I got talked into it by Steve.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, I'm ready to go have a nap.
Nap.
I'm full, dude.
All right, so I want to show you something. I want to show you something, then I want to tell you something. So this is the stock draft that we did last night. We had ChatGPT put the 64 largest companies in the S&P into a bracket challenge the way the NCAA is.
Okay.
Matt and Mid and I went through every round, and it was majority rules. And we came up with NVIDIA, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon as our final four.
They were some of the highest names in the seed, I assume.
Yeah, you can't see the screen?
Yeah, but it's small.
Oh, well, I apologize. Yes, NVIDIA was a 1 seed, Amazon a 2 seed, Microsoft a 2 seed, and Meta 2 seed.
Yeah, yeah.
So that actually makes a lot of sense because that's typically how this goes, right?
Right, right.
You ready for what happened? So we picked NVIDIA as the winner. ChatGPT, okay? Let me show you what they did.
Yeah, Ethan said Google was on there twice. I also noticed that.
Yeah, it was because it was the two share classes, which I completely forgot about when we did it. So I had ChatGPT do the same thing, and I prompted it with Can you please fill out the stop bracket with your thoughts? I'm interested to see which companies end up in the Final Four and who the champion is. The premise is that we mimic the NCAA men's basketball tournament based on which company will have a better year in 2026. It gave me every matchup, okay? The Final Four came out as the same companies as us.
Really?
NVIDIA, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta.
Love it. Love it.
Championship, same. Champion, the same.
Yeah. NVIDIA versus Microsoft. Microsoft over Meta. Hmm. And what was that? What was the reasoning behind Microsoft over Meta?
I don't know. It didn't give us.
What was your reasoning?
Oh, no. You know what? Maybe we had Meta versus NVIDIA, actually. I do think we had Meta versus NVIDIA. I'm sorry, NVIDIA versus Meta now. I'm going to have to look at the tape from last night. We had NVIDIA winning, though. And when we did Gemini gave us the same Final Four, but the championship round was Microsoft versus Amazon, with Microsoft winning, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you feel about us and then both Gemini and ChatGPT picking those four in the Final Four?
I feel well positioned.
Same here.
I've it's confirmation bias is an amazing feeling. Yeah. Look at Palantir. Look at these names, man.
1.28% right now. Palantir's on the move. Even Oracle up 0.26%. You got NVIDIA on the move. Should make Tanner happy.
Yeah.
AKA Ned Flanders, 0.72%. You got SoFi, 0.95% up.
Yeah. And we're about to see SoFi's not up too much, but we're about to see them go into the best quarter that they've ever seen. I don't know. I'm making a video on SoFi right now, just doing sort of a year in review. I'm so happy to be a shareholder of this company. Did you see what Anthony Noto ended up tweeting earlier today?
Nope.
There was somebody that ended up talking about how SoFi Plus, you won't have to pay $10 a month for high school and college students. And Anthony Noto ended up replying to this, just saying, like, people are thinking that because of the amount of products that we have started to ship, that's sort of the end, but it's not. This is just the beginning of what we're shipping. And also on what SoFi Plus is going to offer, they said if the value prop is not working, they will change it. Anthony Noto said, we never stand still. We're going to use data to iterate more, learn more. And that's a never-ending process that'll drive innovation. I'm just so in love with the management. I'm in love with the fact that, a lot of people are drawing conclusions, including me, about SoFi Plus and this new offering. And the reason why I'm so particular about this is SoFi Plus is going to be their biggest product. Like, it's going to be the biggest LTV product that they've ever pushed out. It might already be, for real. But the fact that he's willing to change the offering, and they're not just going to go, okay, well, this is what it is, and if it's not working, we're going to die on that hill. No, I like the fact that he's already thinking, okay, if there's a bunch of backlash about this product, we're ready to change. I don't know.
I mean, you have to like that about a company's CEO. I have a lot of confidence in Noto. I have a lot of confidence in SoFi. I am extremely excited that we're going to see what crypto and what option revenue was generated in Q4. I'm very interested to see guidance for 26. Yeah, I'm excited to see guidance for Q1 to set the tone, because is Q1 the start of the year that we grow at 1 million members a quarter?
Dude, Q4 might be that.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll
We
see.
will
I'm
see.
excited for SoFi.
I have a I'll have to see what the downloads are like. There's been a couple times where we've checked the App Store rankings and it's been higher than usual. In a couple days, we'll also get to see December website traffic. And by the way, this quarter was all record-breaking results. October and November were both record-breaking highs. So depending on where December comes in, things are looking very good. And by the way, I just looked at Hood's numbers because they just showed off monthly trading volume. That looks really good too. December looked well, comparatively to October and November, they weren't as good, but like still comparing year over year, it's still a stunning quarter. I think they're gonna do over 30% growth, which like on a comp that grew over 100% is crazy. They're doing very well.
I would agree with that. I mean, Hood's an amazing company.
Hood, yeah. When are you gonna be a shareholder?
I'm not. George Wallace is asking, is Steve not paying attention? LaPointe said 60 cents.
Where did he say that?
I have no idea. That's not ringing a bell to me.
No, they said on the lower end of 55 to 80.
Yeah, I think that in 26 they're going to do around 75 cents or so.
Chaz says, I don't know. Or I'm not. Dude, catch me on a good day. I'm umming and ahhing all the time. Right now, I am like,
Tanner got bullied into coming on. Okay, I blew him up on WhatsApp to see if he was home because I wanted to see his reaction to the whole ChatGPT thing.
Yeah, prediction markets are going to be big. There was a discrepancy there, though. I'm pretty sure Robinhood reached out and they said that they did 3.5 billion contracts or something like this. And then whenever they reported December, it said 2.6. I got to go back and double check that. But yeah. Gosh, I can't not. So annoying to listen to.
I need to look at Baba again. Let's see where Bob is at. I got out of it. So I was down on Baba for a long time. I thought it was an incredible value play. And I ended up making some money on it. I got out of it around hold on. Yeah, I got out of it. Where did I get out? Around 170-ish. So it's under where I got out. So I got out on this big green candle. So Bob is interesting because it is the largest cloud provider and it's the biggest AI play, in my opinion, in China. And if they really want to compete with the US, they have to unleash Baba. So very interesting. I'm going to do another fundamental analysis on them. Maybe we get back into it. Maybe I should rephrase it as maybe I get back into it. We'll see.
Yeah. I don't know about the Chinese names, man. They scare the crap out of me. And if China does anything to threaten Taiwan, which like I think I saw a video today of Xi saying that it's inevitable that Taiwan is going to become a part of China again. I think that the US is going to do everything in their power to try to stop them from doing that. And that could also threaten capital markets. You know, we saw this with Russia. I don't know, man. I wouldn't even call that a black swan event. Like people are slightly expecting it. So for me to get in that way, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be comfortable playing in Chinese markets if China is going to become a larger enemy to America.
For the next 3 years, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with the elections in 2028.
You don't think anything happens under Trump?
No.
I think you're right about that. But like, you don't think like right now they're doing live weapon drills and surrounding Taiwan and all those actions
Yeah.
that we ended up seeing recently.
They
You
all do. They always do shit like that. I'm
know,
not.
I'm not saying that means much. I'm not suggesting that. What I'm saying is like if Trump then comes out to make a comment, you don't think that there could be a comment that could spook markets?
I'm not saying that there isn't a comment that can spook markets. I just don't think under this presidency that China would move in. I think that you would need a different stance on the US military and how the US military operates in order to see that happen. And I'm not seeing it with a combination of Trump fans.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just don't think that anything's going to happen, at least for the
You
next
just
3 years.
but like, can't you just find plays that are in America and just
Oh yeah, I'm just saying that Baba may be interesting if China basically takes the handcuffs off of them.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
all I'm saying. Like, there's so many good plays in the US that, I mean, look, I still think NVIDIA is a great play. I mean, look, we discussed it at length last night where everybody stood. I had Chris, Matt, and Amit on. None of them were above 250 for next year. And we all think it's going to be anywhere from 225 to 250. And at that point, NVIDIA is still going to give you a huge return. And if you end up being right, that's going to be an even bigger return. So it's hard for me to go into a lot of things when I can say, look, if the S&P, if I think we're getting to 8,000, the S&P is going to be up around 14, 15%. And if I think NVIDIA is going to get to 250 or so, that's another 25% right there. So I could just dump it into the S&P, dump it into NVIDIA. I mean, it's hard for me to go into more risky things when I think the build out is not at risk right now.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think obviously I value what those guys say a lot, but I'm not using what they say to form my opinions. I think if you were to ask any of them last year, whenever, SoFi started the year at $13, $14, where it would end out at, I don't think many of them would have said 26 and above.
No, but I think my number was 27 last year.
Yeah, well, you should put your price higher on Nvidia then.
You should put my price
If you
higher
want to
on
be right again, you better.
Listen, you better hope that I'm wrong because that means more money for you and I have to pay for dinner.
Yeah, I know. I'm in the lose-lose situation. Well, win-lose situation. I either Nvidia is lower than 250, which hurts, and then I also have to pay for dinner. That sucks.
Right.
Or it's above 250, and then you've got all the profit in the world. You don't even care.
I don't care about paying for dinner. Not that I would, but
No,
NVIDIA
yeah.
is basically paying
Still,
for
it's
dinner.
just funny that
Yeah. Well, look, this
pays
is
for
going to be an
itself.
interesting year. It's going to be a very interesting year. I actually just did a bunch of research on Vertiv, and I submitted an article to Seeking Alpha on them. I actually like Vertiv a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
it's pretty interesting.
I'll have to read the article because it's definitely one that I've got some folks that have been trying to get me into it.
Yeah, they got huge amount of growth over the next several years. And with all the RPO from the hyperscalers, companies like Vertiv and Eden, I think they're just going to gradually grind higher.
Yeah. Man, we also have Vera Rubin talk in 2026. I just don't.
Rubin is going to be freaking ridiculous.
Vera Rubin's going to change the whole game.
Yep.
There's going to be hit pieces that come out talking about, if they have heating problems or it always happens whenever they change architectures that there's some sort of hit piece. NVIDIA always ends up figuring it out.
I'm so ready for the first hit piece and NVIDIA go down 10% and just buy the shit out of it.
Yeah.
So ready.
Okay.
All right. Well, why don't you go relax? Sounds like, the steak is going through your veins.
Oh, it was good, man.
Good.
It was good. I don't know what I'm doing wrong at home, but other people just cook steak better than me.
It is so, Jesus Christ, it's so easy.
I do my best, man. I'm trying out here, and then I buy great cuts of meat
Okay.
and I reverse sear it. Now I don't use a cast iron pan.
First mistake, but okay.
Yeah, but I use stainless steel. There's a lot of great chefs that use stainless steel pans.
Let me ask you
First
something.
two.
How long do you salt it for?
You know what? I've never heard that question yet. So I use the kosher salt and everything, but I'm not like making sure that it's a certain period of time. I just make sure that the steak is
that's your mistake.
okay. Hold on. Let me tell you. I just make sure that it's super dry. I put all the kosher salt on it, rub it all in all over.
Yep.
Okay. I get the pan way too freaking hot until the water's beating.
Yep.
I use like an avocado oil because it's a high smoke oil.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on, press down for about 1 minute, release for about 1 minute on each side. Maybe if it's a thick steak, I'll touch up the sides as well. Throw it in the oven, and then come out of the oven with garlic and rosemary and butter. Butter baste that, and then put that on the plate to cool for a bit. Like let it finish its, cooking while it's on the cutting board. Slice it up, eat it. It's all right, but it's no steakhouse quality.
All right. So, first thing I would like you to do is salt it and leave it on the counter for 2 hours. That's the first thing.
All right.
First thing. Second thing, in the pan. Okay. I want garlic. I want butter. I want you to really get it in there on a very low heat. And then
Yeah, I
pump
turn
it
the
up.
heat way down whenever I'm doing the butter part because I don't want
Yeah.
to burn the butter.
But I want that in the pan when you're doing it. And I want you basing it while you do it also. Like that's one of the biggest things that people don't do. It's got to be in there. And then in the oven, it's got to go in there with it. You got to constantly base it when it's on the flame.
It goes in the oven with the butter?
That's how I like it.
Okay.
And I mean, listen, you don't have to do a reverse sear. I don't even think that that's the best way. I mean, I prefer cooking over a flame outside, but inside, a lot of people swear by reverse sear, but I think you can just do it in a cast iron pan on the stovetop as long as you keep basing it with the garlic butter and you let it sit on the counter for 2 hours with all the proper salt on it.
I've just never used cast iron and I don't cook enough to want to go out and get one.
Man, do that too. But I think the barbecue is the best way, even if it's freezing cold out.
Yeah, but well, I don't want to like dox you or whatever, but aren't you in a condo? Like you got a barbecue out on a deck or something?
I mean, not here, but where I go do the cooking, I do.
Got you.
I do it on the stovetop here.
Yeah. I mean, I cook so little, I don't even have a barbecue, but
I mean, that's crazy talk.
I know, and I got all the space and everything. Got the backyard, I got the deck.
Why don't you build a whole cooking thing?
One, I don't want to be in this house for too long. And two, I don't cook.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, you know what you should do? You should, in addition to getting a smoker, you should order from Snake River Farms.
What's that?
Snake River Farms,
Yeah.
probably the best meat place you can order from.
See, this is where I don't care at all. Like, you know what I
Oh
mean?
no, but that's your mistake, sir. You have to care about where you're getting the meat from.
You care about where you get your milk from.
Of course I
Like
do.
we're, you know,
Snake River is legit. You really, oh God, Tanner. Hold on.
I'm not show you some respect, Tanner. I'm not anti people who do that, you know? Like, I know a lot of people that like, you know, buy the half cow or whatever, shove it all in a freezer, have a butcher, all package everything. I just don't cook enough for that.
Here, I'm sending you the private link. So go there.
Don't buy your steak at Metro. No, I buy my steak at Kirkland. You get the Costco steaks.
Dude, that's the problem.
What do you mean? They're like, I'm buying $25 steaks here.
That's the problem, sir.
It's $25. I could go to the restaurant and it'd be finished for $25. Here I am butchering nice meats.
It's not the price tag. Kirkland is what? Choice or is it Prime? I don't even remember.
Well, I don't know. It might be different in Canada, but
I don't think it's dry aged.
yeah, someone said Costco meat ain't bad. It's definitely not bad.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying when you're talking about how you are not able to get the steakhouse feel, you gotta freaking look at what I just sent you. Yeah, a lot of people are
I'm on
saying
it. I'm
Snake
here.
River Farms.
Snake River Farms.
Snake River Farms.
Snake River Farm. They should change their name.
No, they should not change their name. Snake River's legit.
You're ordering all this? You're ordering American Wagyu?
Dude, Snake River, baby.
That's crazy.
Snake River. Anyway.
All the Wagyu I've eaten in my life has been in Vegas, and I'm going there next week. So I'm definitely going to get some nice food in my belly, but I'm not doing it at home. There's not a chance I'm buying expensive meat to go and butcher it at my own house.
No,
like, I'm going to ruin all that meat.
I'm not a huge Wagyu fan, all right? I think it's too marbly. I want the freaking meat. I'm just saying that their meat that you can get from Snake River, so their fillets and their porterhouses, to me, I would rather do that than going to Kirkland at Costco. I'd rather go to Whole Foods over Costco for steak.
You're doing a little bit of disservice here, but
why?
Costco's got good steaks. Not
saying they don't, but Whole Foods has better steak.
I don't think we have Whole Foods up here. Or no, yes, we do. Yes, we do. That's a lie. Yes, we do.
But anyway, Tanner, you should go get some rest. Get ready for tomorrow. You have a big day tomorrow.
Thank you, brother. I will talk with you later. Thanks, everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Get ready for tomorrow.
When are we doing our next show?
Next week, next Wednesday, right?
I think I'm getting home pretty late Wednesday.
What? All right, so we'll figure it out for next week.
Yeah, maybe a Thursday or Friday thing.
Why don't we do it Friday before the FinTech Friday?
That sounds good.
All right, so Friday it is.
Cool, man. All right.
Later. Bye. Oh, and there goes Tanner. From the steakhouse onto the stream and back to the couch. Tanner's big news was that he launched a course/membership thing in partnership with Fiscal AI. So you should go check out his video and look at it. It's pretty interesting. All right, let's see where the markets are right now. All right. Ethereum still dropping a little bit, 29.93. Hood coming off the high, but you know what? We're up 0.85%. Oracle 0.5%. NVIDIA 0.72. Nebius 1.12%. Qs are up 0.5%. QXO is back up 1%. SoFi trading down just a little bit, still up 0.84%. And the SPY is up 0.37%. I'm interested. I like it. I think we're going to have a really good freaking year, and I'm excited. So, been on for an hour 40. Let's do this. Let's go for 15 minutes. and I'm just going to answer questions. So, skirt marinated in Tabasco Chipotle. I am a steak teriyaki with peppers and onions if I'm going skirt. I like a nice sandwich like that. Oh, delicious. Overnight markets are bullish. I'm with you. I think Chinese tech can do well. We gotta see. I have not looked at XEQT. I will look at that. How about let's not do full port anything? SMCI maybe can turn around. I gotta look at it a little bit more. We'll see. I don't know if China's going to slow Nvidia sales. Let's see what Jensen comes out with. Whole milk, don't even no 2%. Whole milk. I don't have any call debit spreads on anything, so you should ask Chris about that, not me. Hess Midstream's a good company, like them. I think BM&R is going to be fine. Was I at the Mendami inauguration? No, I was not. My invitation must have got lost in the mail. I am not off tomorrow. I will be in the office tomorrow. Amit is back tomorrow, I think, isn't he? Amit will be doing the open. He just took today off. AMD's probably going higher. What do I know? Yes, I trust Benioff. He got CRM to be a $40 billion company. So, yes, I trust him. Iran, I don't know much about them. I like Nebius right now. Sprouts Farmers Market is something that a bunch of people liked that said it to me. I should look into it again. Yeah. Once again, I just think full porting into something's a bad idea. I don't care how good of the company it is. It's just above my risk tolerance. Amazon 300, man. Wouldn't that be nice? PB, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I have never had a McRib before. I don't do technicals. Not really a trader, and I don't really care for technical analysis that much. I care more about fundamentals and profitability. I'm not exactly sure, Steve. I need to look at what they've done with the dilution money. I don't know if they haven't used it. Favorite fruit with yogurt, blueberry or peach? Raspberry's good too. I will not be at the BM&R shareholder meeting. Yeah, that's right, Sid. Amit is back. He's back tomorrow. So everybody never fear. Amit will be here on tomorrow morning. Ooh, favorite berry. Strawberry, maybe? I mean, I don't know. I like all three of them. AG&C has been on a tear. I'm a big fan of AG&C. I did not watch Dallas on TV. I apologize. VST, I need to look more into that. Once again, let's not full port into anything. Just saying. Was DraftKings on Goldman's 2026? I need to look at that. I don't like DraftKings. I mean, all I can tell you is I haven't exited Palantir yet, so I don't know. I also think Palantir is way overvalued. That's just me. Let's see. Can I look into the cohort NVIDIA relationship? I can, and I will try to get back to you. I think everybody likes Amazon. I like Amazon. I've never tried Amish milk. Outside of SoFi and C, are there any banks that interest me? I mean, Truist used to interest me, but that was a year or two ago. I mean, not really at the moment. I think Morgan Stanley can have a good year with IPOs and just better operating environments. So, the biggest mistake I made as an investor selling AMD. Sold it at $3.67. I will be at the meetup on February 1st, and I met Amit through a Twitter Spaces about Palantir. We could have a recession in the next several years. I think the chances are a bit mitigated with the Fed's economic projections. If they come true, I just don't see a recession on the horizon, but it could definitely happen. Anything could change at the drop of a dime, and projections are just projections. Right now, economic growth is good, so I'm not too worried about it. Milk and yogurt, I go through Ronnie Brook Farms. Do I drive an EV? Absolutely not. The only way you will get me buying a Tesla is when it can actually drive me and I can pass out or work. Not getting an EV otherwise. 0% chance. Let me say that again. 0% chance. I don't have any thoughts on Grab. It's just not for me. I mean, eventually the eVol market will come true, but I mean, who knows when that's going to be? I think SoFi is worth a look. Obviously, the easy money has been made, but I still think it goes higher. I don't know. Anything can happen with any stock. I feel like I'm still very bullish, but it was a lot easier to buy it at 15 than here. A lot easier to buy it at 10 than here. So I don't know. Favorite cereal? God, that's a great question. I don't know. Costco in LA is building 800 apartments and low income housing on top of the store. That's actually a genius idea for them. I like VJ. And yeah, I probably going with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm with you. That's probably the GOAT. Cereal's good morning, night, during the day. Doesn't matter. It's cereal. You can eat anytime. Frosted mini wheats are legit too. Oh, I just made eggs before, scrambled with sausage, peppers, and onions. Sleeper stock I like most is QXO and Salesforce. Those are my two sleepers. Midwest, I will tell you, for the past 5 days, I've been eating clean. So I actually feel pretty good from it too. I've not had a cookie in like 5 days. I like Micron. I just don't like, I mean, Micron is a little bit difficult here, but I like it. Sir Charles, look at that. I mean, all I can tell you is Snake River is legit. Love it. Love it. Love it. And I will tell you, Omaha is very underrated. I think people talk crap about Omaha steaks. I think they're underrated. But I like Snake River significantly better. Oh man, Steven Seagal marathon over Van Damme marathon, and here's why. There's only 3 Van Damme movies I care about, and it is Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Double Impact in that order. Seagal, you got Out for Justice, you got Above the Law, you got Under Siege, you have Marked for Death, and you have Hard to Kill. So, Seagal marathon. Let's not get crazy. I'll give Jersey the respect it deserves that they have some fire pizza, but let's not get crazy about them being better than John's on Bleecker. Let's just not get crazy. I like NVIDIA for this year again. I don't know. I'm boring. I am boring. Oh, favorite Nicolas Cage movie's Gone 60 Seconds. It doesn't even, I mean, come on. It's Gone 60 Seconds. I don't, listen, I'm not a topping guy on pizza, but I will tell you, Buffalo pizza, like when I'm home and I don't feel like making lunch, okay? Going down and getting a slice of buffalo and a slice of regular is legit. You get that protein from the buffalo chicken. I'm all about it. I'm with you. I'm all about it. Neither chicken franchise or chicken parm over marsala or piccata. In fact, bring me both, franchise and parm. I don't want to freaking choose. I have not attended as many Yankee games as you think, but I've been to 2 World Series games, and I've been to the best World Series game that you could ever go to when O'Neill hit the 2-run tie in the 9th and Jeter hit the walk-off in the 10th. It was insane. Pineapple is never on pizza. Stop, stop, stop. Matthew, what do you know about Seventh Son of a Seventh Son? Asking for a friend. Polio is a legend. No, it was the game against who the hell did they lose to? Diamondbacks, maybe, if I remember correctly. I don't remember. I feel like it was the Diamondbacks, maybe. Who won in 2001? I am going to a Mets meetup on February 1st. Yes. Yeah, it was Diamondbacks that they lost to. Stop it. That's freaking ridiculous. Gonzalez over Jeter. Stop it. That's ridiculous. It's almost as ridiculous as saying that Jeter did not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Whoever that one reporter was. What a schmuck. Absolute schmuck. Yeah, it was 25 years ago. And it's the greatest World Series game you'll ever go to. My SoFi prediction was 50, what was it, 57 or something like that? I have never been to the ball drop, and you'll never get me to go to the ball drop. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Oh, Curry to win a game with three-pointer. I have not had ice cream yet this year. I want to know first the balance sheet, how leveraged is the company? I want to know if there's top line revenue growth and if they're growing their EBITDA and operating income. Net income is not something that I am terribly worried about on an individual basis. I'm more about the trend with it because of different tax implications and stuff. I care more about free cash flow. I also want to see how much stock is being issued to executives with stock based compensation. I want to know how they're using their free cash flow, if they're paying down debt, paying dividends, implementing a buyback program, or making acquisitions. And I also want to know where the analyst community sees revenue and EPS over the next several years. Give me ice cream. I'm good. I mean, I don't know how much I'm going to have ice cream this year, so I couldn't tell you. I'm going to try to eat clean, try to take care of myself a little better. I've been very bad with junk food, so I got to try to get better at it. I am the wrong person to do a moonshots portfolio. I'm sorry. Wrong person. I mean, back in the day, I mean, Howard Stern's just Howard Stern. I would say Howard Stern over Opie Anthony. Gelato over yogurt ice cream. No, I have no interest in being anywhere near Times Square. Sorry. Is the mic cutting in and out? Are you serious? Katz's Deli's overrated. Can everybody hear me? I mean, there's one or two people saying that my sound is off. It's fine. Okay. Because I'm not seeing that there's any issues on my end. Mayor's of Kingstown is great. Like it. Oh, Tiger Woods over Rory. I'm sorry, but that's not Tiger over Rory. And Dami cut off my mic, maybe. I mean, look, I want him to succeed, so I don't know why he would cut my mic off. You don't have to agree with everything anybody on either side says or runs on, but once they get in, if you're in that area, you better want them to succeed. I mean, I want them to succeed. Neither. Cheese does not belong on red meat. Apologize, but not sorry. Not down with Philly cheesesteaks. Not down with any of that stuff. Not down with cheeseburgers. Cheese does not belong on red meat. Cheese belongs on chicken, not red meat. Chicken parm, veal parm. You give me red meat. I want a hamburger with hamburger with onions, or and a tomato, or steak. No cheese. Veal is not red meat. Veal is veal. I've never had a smash burger before. No cheese on a burger. No, I don't get down like that. No, no. All right, everyone. I'm going to get going. Got a lot of stuff I got to get done tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, I was able to entertain everybody while Amit is not here, taking the day off. Amit will be live tomorrow morning. Please go watch him. We will be live tomorrow night at 10 o'clock at night for FinTech Friday. And I will probably go live after Amit. And I believe I'll be on the market close tomorrow around 4:30 or so. And I'll try to come on and do something live around 7 or so. Maybe we'll do the stock. Maybe we should do the stock draft tomorrow. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe tomorrow I'll come on around like 8 o'clock or so, and we'll do a dedicated stream on the stock draft. And then I'll roll right into FinTech Friday after that. So appreciate it, everyone. Really appreciate it. 2026, let's have it be a great year. Hopefully everybody does very well. Look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow. Have a great night.